Good morning, students. Today I am going to continue the third chapter, Deep Water, from your Flamingo book, which is written by William O. Douglas. First of all, we will have the recap of the chapter. In previous classes, we read that William Douglas had developed an aversion to go in water when he was 11 or 12 years old. One day when he was sitting in a swimming pool named YMCA, a big bully of boy tossed him into the deep end of the swimming pool. When he landed into the pool in sitting position and going down into the water, he was feeling suffocated. He tried to cry, but no sound came out from his mouth. He lost his breath and went down endlessly. He was paralyzed underwater and only his heart was pounding at that time. He jumped with all his force, but his arm wouldn't move. He cried for help, but nothing happened. Then all his efforts ended. He felt drowsy and he was reached in a state of forgetfulness. When he came to senses, he was lying on his stomach beside the pool and he was vomiting. The fear of water stayed with him for years. Now the chapter. The fear of water remained with William as he grew up. On the boating trips to different lakes in the Marin region, New Hampshire, Columbia, Bumping Lake, where he fished different varieties of fish, namely salmon, bass, trout, and fear followed him. His fishing trips were destroyed as he did not enjoy boating and swimming due to the fear. William tried to ward off the fear but was unable to get rid of it. Finally, in the month of October, he hired an instructor to teach him in swimming. He would practice for an hour each day, 5 days a week. William describes the learning process. The instructor put a belt around the William's waist. The belt was attached to a thick rope. The rope went through the overhead pulley and was held by the instructor. It ensured that in case William drowned, the instructor would pull him out. William swam across the length of the pool for several weeks. Whenever the instructor loosened the rope, he went down into the water and the fear would return. It would immobilize his legs. It was after 3 months of practice that William got comfortable. Then the instructor taught him to breathe in the water. He taught him to put his face under water and exhale his breath. He was taught to raise his nose out of the water and inhale. William practiced several times. In the third phase of learning process, the instructor taught William to kick the surface of water with his legs. He did this for many weeks. Initially, his legs did not move, but gradually they relaxed and finally William would order them to kick in desired way. Finally, the instructor made a swimmer out of William in phrases. When William had perfected each phrase, he compiled them. In the month of April, the instructor told William that now he could swim. He asked him to dive into the pool and swim the length of the pool in a particular style called crawl stroke. William had not overcome his fear yet and wondered if the terror would grab him when he would be alone in the water. He tried to swim alone in pool. The terror returned in small phrases, but now, as he knew how to swim, he faced the terror with confidence. He swam another length of the pool. William swam like this till the month of July, but was not satisfied. He wanted to be sure that all of the fear had left him. So he went to the lake Wentforth in New Hampshire, dived into it from Tigger's Island and swam for 2 miles up to the Stamp Act Island. He swam in different style: crawl, breaststroke, side stroke, backstroke. The terror returned only once when he was in the middle of the lake. When he put his head under water, he saw water all around and the fear returned. This time, William laughed at the terror and said to it that he could not harm him. He saw that the terror vanished and he resumed swimming. William still had some doubt about the fear, so he hurried towards the western direction. He went up the Tyne, reached Conrad Meadows, walked up to the Conrad Creek Trail of Mid-Glacier. He camped at the meadow by the warm lake. The next morning, he wore swimming costume and dived into the lake. He swam across it to the other end and returned just like a famous American swimmer, Doc Crapo, used to do. William shouted with the joy as he overcome his fear. His voice resounded as the mountain peak named Gilbert Peak echoed it. He had overcome the fear. So, the experience had a great importance in William's life. He realized that death was peaceful. Not only the fear of death was fearful. He recollects the word of one of the President of America, Roosevelt. He had said that all we have to fear is fear itself. As William had experienced death and the fear of death, he desired to live grew immensely. He felt released from fear and was free to walk up the trails and climb up the mountains fearlessly. That's all the chapter, children. I hope you are able to understand it. I request you to give a nice reading to the chapter to understand nicely. Thank you.